This is what is known as Indian sports. It's an area that encompasses a lot of offices in different provinces. So upon our arrival here, we were at one part of the area within the golden spots, and then we went to ask him if he's now in a position to show where alleged assault on him on the 30th of May and also on the 5th of June took place. The spot where alleged assault took place, yes. And then he said, no, you'll be able to point to the area, and as he was pointing, we realized that he was pointing to this direction, and then he also undertook to walk us to exactly the spot where the alleged assault took place. Okay. He has been showing the team of the defense around here, but for court purposes, it would be best for him to show exactly where the assault took place and the motor vehicle that accompanied him that way on that day were also parked. We'll start with the date of the 30th so that we do not conflate issues. The 30th of May, when they were from Fosbury, that is the day on which we were arrested, when they were from Tembisa. Exactly where the assault took place. I wonder if this can be interpreted.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Sibiya, kanye futhi ke nabanye uyasho ke advocate umnisi ukuthi le ndawo ke ibizwa ngokuthi i-golden spot bese kunanyeke ngale yayo ke la abakhulumisene nawe khona ke uthe manje ukhulumisana ke kwana la ukhomba khona ke ingakho sesifikele khona lana ke ukukhuluma futhi babameli kanye nawe umuntu indawo ke ukuyikhomba khomba kodwa ke uzocela ke yena besho nje kodwa uzocela wena ukuthi kube wena umuntu ke le ndawo ukuthi khona ke bameli ukuthi ke uyikhombe kanye futhi ke nemoto ubatshelile nangemoto kwakuyingxenye futhi yethimba lelo elalikhona ngalelo langa.
Therefore request Mr. Sibiya to point where this whole incident happened. I've been informed by the state that apparently there's a gentleman who's a photographer. We have agreed that we don't have an objection that he takes photograph of him as he points.
Is he a policeman? Yeah, he's a photographer. Is he a policeman? Yes, he is.
He's a draftsman. Yes. From the police services.
Yeah, fine. It's an officer. Fine. Isecela ku-advocate umnisi ukuthi ngokuvunyelwa inkantolo kube uyaqala-ke ukhomba khona-ke nesicelo ukuthi-ke ukhona umhlobulo wey'thombe wasemaphoyiseni kuye bavumelene-ke ukuthi-ke angaqhubeka ngokuhlobula iy'thombe usebenzela amaphoyisa.
Mr. Sibiya, you had requested the court has given you permission to go and point where you were taken out of the motor vehicle, the point where the interview or the interrogation took place, but we're going to start exactly with the date of the 30th of May. Do you understand?
Sizoqala-ke noma uzoqala-ke ngoba inkantolo isivumile-ke ukuthi-ke ukhombe la owashwa khona-ke emotweni base kukhulumiswana-ke nawe sizoqala-ke ngalo ilanga lange-30 zikaMeyi. Sokolo wena
savela ngala imoto zangena la
we appeared from the site. The cars drove in here. This is where the vehicles parked. Where? It's pointing to the vehicles parked here. I think there were 7. ungaqhubeka baba.
Yeah,
So they could judge and see what's going on. Thank you.
They made me to sit down here.
ambusana ngendlela wafike ngayo.
I was half like this. I was seated like this.
So plastic.
When I was seated like this is where they would put on the plastic, and I ended up laying down.
So emva kwesikhathi wasevela owavelayo, so lo baba lo ngithi mina ngagcina ngilo ngazigcineni ukuthi GININDA. So ye washo uma ngigcina ngibona sengibona sekukhona yena la, so ba shift abamela lapha ngasemotweni baba meeting yabo.
And then this particular gentleman, who I later on got to know as GININDA, then appeared. They then moved towards the vehicle. They held a meeting over there.
Okay. Now, this area where we are, will you be able to tell the court what place is this? The name of this place.
Indawo lena esikuyona manje ungakhona yini ukuthi utshele inkantolo ukuthi yini igama la lendawo?
So thina sazi ukuthi indawo eseGosport, indawo kaMasipala.
We know it to be the gold spot belonging to the municipality.
From where we are, where's the police station?
Kundawo esikuyona njengamanje, i-police station kuphi nendawo?
Police station la ngemuva.
The police station is right at the back.
Ngoba ngihleli ngibhekele police station la.
As I'm seated facing that direction, the police station is behind me.
Are you familiar with this place?
Uyayazi le ndawo le?
Le ngangakaze ngize ngene la ngaphakathi, bengiyazi nje ngokwendlula la ngaphandle estradi.
I've never
Oh,
sorry. I never entered the premises. I would just pass over there. But on that day was my first time entering these premises.
So what are you then saying? Are you familiar with the surrounding here, except for the fact that you never got in here?
Ngaphandle kokuthi ungakaze ungene lana kodwa indawo yona lena indawo uyayazi. I'm familiar with the place, the surroundings. Sebo.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for now.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was now.
Sorry.
From my understanding. This fencing, was it still here? Can you see the fencing?
Njengoba kuvaliwe-ke lana kuyela kwakukhona la ngaleso sikhathi.
Lokubi.
Yes.
Kwakukhona.
Yes, my lord.
Were the cars coming in and out?
Ingaba imoto zayingena iphuma?
Izabe ngahamba lapho.
Specifically the cars I was traveling in.
No, any car?
Nah, akhulunywa ngazo nje. Noma yini.
Ngaze ngidlo.
I never saw them.
And kwakuyi lockdown ngesikhathi.
And during that time it was a lockdown.
Okay. Now, Mr. Sibiya, that was the incident that took place on the 30th of May. So,
Manje-ke leso isigameko esenzeka ngeyi-30 zikaMeyi yangithi.
Yeah.
Yes.
as you had done with what happened on the 30th, can you please also take us through what happened, the demonstration that you did about the 5th of June 2020 years?
Manje ngoba uqeda-ke ukhombisa ukuthi kwenzekani ngeyi-30 ungakhombisa ukuthi kwenzekani-ke ngale ndlela oqeda ukutshengisa ngayo manje-ke ngeyi-5 zikaJune.
Now, just to check your memory, the date of the 5th is the date on which you ended up having had to go and do an alleged pointing out before Lieutenant Colonel Khatebe. Do you still remember that?
Uma ngingakhumbuza-ke i-date yange-5 ile date-ke bathi-ke yona-ke wahamba wayokhomba ngayo-ke phambi kwakhe uKolonel Khatebe.
Yeah, now remember on the day you were driven direct from Pretoria, from Valeria, so
ukhumbuleke ngalelo langa lelo baza nawo ke nibuya ePretoria eValeria.
yeah. Then upon arrival here, how did the car go into the premises? If this is the place that we're talking about on the incident of the field, is that
Uma kuwukuthi ke iyona indawo le esikhuluma ngayo isigameko sange-5 zika June, ima ingena imoto noma imoto zangena kanjani? Uma kuwukuthi iyona indawo le yange-5 zika June.
Yeah, iyo le.
Yes, it is the premises.
Zangena futhi khona lapha zazongena la. So zama khona la futhi.
They once again entered right there, came in through there, and they entered the premises, and once again they were parked over there.
Basebenzisa futhi.
And then they
kuyo le ndawo noma ngeke ngize ngithi le point le ngimkulo la. Sasikhona la.
I was then made to alight the vehicle, and I was placed here. Although I cannot say precisely that it was this specific place, but this is where I was placed.
okay? You can then start to demonstrate exactly as you did with what happened on the 30th.
Yeah,
As with regard to what happened on the 5th. As we were taken out of the motor vehicle, how we had to sit down and stuff like that.
Ngendlela oqeda ukutshengisa ngayo usungaphinda ke utshengiseke namanje ukuthi nge-5 kwenzeka kanjani.
uphinde ngetrap. Ngilokho ngibele ngiboshiwe kanje. Angingaboshiwe nyawo. So noma ngeke ngithi la ngangihleli khona ngalela la. So nakhona kanhle so ngifasiwe. So mangihlala so lesikhathi babeqala ngaso kwenzani ukufaka iplastic bese beyangishaya.
I was at all times handcuffed, but my feet were not ironed, or that there were no leg irons in my feet. And then I was made to sit like this, and as I indicated, handcuffed. And then it was at that time when they then started to put plastic over me and started to assault me. Yep.
Then the assault went on then after that.
Emuva kokuthi ushayiwe-ke,
So mabeqeda ukungishaya sahamba saye Albertine.
after the assault, we then left and went to Albertine.
I agree that with the fact that they yeah, so there it is. We are from there.
Yes.
Across, there's a fire brigade.
And the lights, Judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Judge. My suggestion
I
was.
aware that there's a fire brigade building there.
My suggestion was, since the photographer is here for orientation purposes, if they can take photos for
Yes,
our
yes.
orientation, because writing notes also is very accurate.
Yes.
The building,
Photographer.
yes, the fences.
Yeah.
around.
I'm gonna take photos from that end, showing the precinct. I think there are also, I don't know what this building is, whether it's offices or what.
Must I take it?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And just the precincts, the lighting, the lights outside.
Kuyaqala ukuthi athathe ithombe-ke zayo indawo lena kanye futhi nawo-ke ama-lights la.
Maybe as the photographer is going to take his photos, now I think we need to give Sibiya'S a space and be here, alone, so that when the photos are it's perfectly clear.
All right, Advocate Charles Mnisi, who is the legal representative for accused number one, Sibiya'S, asking us just to move a little bit back to allow the photographers to take some pictures. These are the police photographers. As you can see here towards my right, Sibiya'S standing right at the location where he says he was assaulted on 2 occasions. This is on the 5th of, I beg your pardon, the 30th of May 2020, as well as the 5th of June 2020. Recall, the 30th of May is the day that he was arrested. He describes as he sat down with his hands behind his head, demonstrating what he says happened to him on that day, indicating that, there was a plastic that was put over his mouth, demonstrating to both the judge, who is here today, as well as all the other legal representatives, what he says happened to him after he had been arrested. And this is on the 30th of May, and then, of course, on the 5th of June. This was the very same day that he had also, or is alleged to have made that confession, where he also says he was coerced. Him describing, take a look, this is just, of course, for the police forensic services who are taking pictures of Sibiya'S. This is how he says he was treated or assaulted on the day of the 30th of May 2020, as well as the 5th of June 2020, demonstrating once again for the police services, him indicating that even the confession which he is said to have deposed of, him indicating that that particular confession is a confession that he says he was forced into. He was given something that was written already and forced to put his signature on that. He also says he was assaulted on that particular day as well. Remember, the contention of accused number one is that he'd been assaulted into a confession. After he had been arrested, he had been assaulted a number of times at this particular area, including what is described as the municipal area, where he says, right here at this particular spot, this is where he was assaulted on the 30th of May 2020, after he had been arrested, as well as on the 5th of June 2020. So this is quite a crucial part of today's proceedings. He says he was assaulted. Remember, the lead investigator in the Senzomiwa murder trial, who was Brigadier GININDA, denying that any such incident had taken place. Him also saying that at the time that accused are booked out of the places where they've been detained, they are occurrence books or books where there are entries that will be made about the condition of an accused when he is booked out and when he is brought back in. So what we've heard from the authorities, what we've heard from the lead investigator, he contends that none of this had happened. But of course, the lawyer representing accused number one, Sibiya'S, through his lawyer, indicating that despite aerial photographs that had been, before court, because there had been a difference in the description that was given by the lead investigator, Brigadier GININDA, and accused number one, Sibiya'S, who is at this location now, where he says he was assaulted. The advocate representing him felt that they should come to this location and look at the exact descriptions, and for him to point out exactly what happened to him on those 2 said days. But you'd also be asking questions about why perhaps you also have the other accused here. Recall that Judge Ratamokgwatlenge indicated that because of the others also being part or charged in this particular case, they should also be part of today's Loco inspection. But him describing, most importantly, today, how he had been assaulted in this municipal area here in Vosloorus, sitting on the ground with his hands behind his back a little bit earlier on, him giving an indication of how police, he says, had put a plastic over his head. Let's move towards this direction and see towards where the judge, Ratamokwatleng, they seem to have headed towards a different direction now, and they're having a look at the parameters around this particular area. Remember, Judge Ratamokwatleng asking about whether this particular area had been fenced off at the time that there had been when this alleged assault had taken place, describing also a taxi rank that had been around this particular area. So all of the elements that had been raised by accused number one in his description of the area where he said he was assaulted, which he has pointed out here today, of course.
He's just showing us this is the parking lot. We can all see it.
Can you not take them past that? They're scared. Can you not put them on the camera? They're scared they will be in trouble. Okay, so we've got that position.
How did you get that site?
So what did you say about the movement or it was close?
When this whole dialogue.
Yeah, it's just close to
This whole place.
Are we through here?
What was close?
Could it still be accessed?
No, I think for Mr. Sibiya'S demonstration, that will be, yeah. Remember, this is his version. Yeah, this is his version.
Yeah, but they say
I think this should be continued.
Okay, yeah.
Just be careful of those guys. They don't want to be on him.
What's the name of that main street? Oh, Birman. Yeah.
According to the aerial photograph.
Yeah.
That's how it was marked.
It's Birman Street.
According to the aerial photograph.
Yeah.
It was marked Birman.
Yeah.
This one?
Is it small one?
To the municipality.
Yeah, it's just an entrance.
but this gentleman says they didn't close this part. I mean, they closed only one this side because there, the traffic cops, it was always open. That's what they say.
And the building opposite.
And the brigade was open. So what was shut was here? Because the municipality.
It's just true because of the Loco.
They left down here fine.
It's from 8 to 4. Then the gate 6 to 6.
So the traffic department was open. The EMPD.
Yeah.
24/7. 6 to 4.
24/7.
No, I'm not asking about time. I'm asking about
And the opposite there's fire.
because I wasn't there when I took the
Are we through here?
Looks like we're through.
Now, Mr. Sibiya'S says, how did you get that side?
Yeah, we just thought maybe we should also go and check out the police station.
Yeah, fine.
What was the question?
Yeah, the judge asked us to what does Mr. Sibiya'S say, how did he get
I didn't get it.
Yeah, he says, how did he get the site?
No, Mr. Sibiya'S says
He was never taken the site.
no, he was
Okay,
never
fine.
taken this
Okay,
side.
fine.
Yeah, everything happened here.
On the
Yeah.
30th.
Oh, on the 30th and the 5th.
The 30th and the 5th. Everything
Yes.
happened here.
Yes. We're not really here where we're standing, but there where he was demonstrating.
Yeah, no. Everything happened here. On the
Yes.
location.
Yes.
I want to see the secluded place where you are the
All right, Judge Ratamokwatleng requesting to be taken back to that area where accused number one, Muzi Sibiya'S, says he was assaulted. We'll go back there. His legal representative clarifying that everything had taken place towards that area where we were, where accused number one indicated he was forced onto the floor, and that's when he had been covered with a plastic around his face. And Judge Ratamokwatleng going back towards that area as we have all 5 of the accused, you would see, under heavy police guard here at this particular stage. And Judge Ratamokwatleng indicating that he wants to be brought back to this particular area. The interpreter just giving an interpretation of what happened on the other side.
We have shown us that we're feeling very secluded. It looks like it's all okay, but the court wants to see what he meant by secluded.
The interpreter just explaining to the accused what happened on the other side, where Judge Ratamokwatleng had indicated he wanted to check the parameters of this area in terms of the description that was given by Muzi Sibiya'S in terms of the parameters. He described this as a municipal area. There is a home affairs here. There is a police station around this area. There is also a nearby shopping center. And just a few meters from where he's standing now, he says, is where he was assaulted. But we saw a bit earlier on a demonstration according to him of how it had taken place on the 30th of May 2020, as well as the 5th of June of 2020. This was, going to be a last resort for the court. You would recall that while Advocate Charles Mnisi wanted this process to take place, let's just go in a bit. All right.
The police station is just behind, so I think we just need to go and check where the police station
But I think the judge wanted to find, said he wants Mr. Sibiya'S to show where that secluded area is. Yeah. I don't know whether he must show or he must say why he says this place is secluded. I don't know. We need to get clarification. Whether he needs to show where that secluded area is, or why does he say the spot that he has pointed now, he referred to it as a secluded area.
Yeah, if you can show us, not sure.
Thank you.
All right. Accused number one, Muzi Sibiya'S, having described this area as a secluded area. Now, Advocate Charles Mnisi, let's just quickly go in and take a listen.
How we have demonstrated we have demonstrated when the incident of the 30th and the 5th of May took place, not so. Yeah, as we've seen here.
Usikhombeleke lokho kwenzeka nge-30 kanye nange-5 kaJune. 30 May nge-5 kaJune, yes.
Now you recall when we presented this evidence, I said you were taken to some sort of a secluded spot where this alleged assault took place? Do you still remember that?
Uzokhumbula ke uma ngabe kuvela ke lokho kushiwo ke lokho ukusho ngami ke ukuthi kunale ndawo ethizeni noma indawo nje eyimele esehleleni owathathwa kanje sakona la kwenzeka khona lokho. Yes.
And now the court the court wants to make a clarification as to why do you refer this area as a secluded area?
Manje ke inkantolo ifuna ke ukuchazela ukuthi kuzocaca ke lokho ukuthi kungani uma ukhuluma ngale ndawo ke ukhuluma ngendawo nje eyimele indawo iseceleni eyodwa.
Why do you say this or you regard it to be this?
Noma ukuthi uyibone kanjalo ukuthi indawo nje eseceleni.
So ngoba ngithi mina indawo eseceleni le esithekile. So uGININDA bekhomba ngale police station ethi yena sasise endaweni evulelekile police station. So mina ngitshela umnisi le ndawo le ayivulelekile. Ayibonakala ukuthi ungabona into ele umuntu ongale uma kuma imoto la akakwazi ukubona ngala.
The reason why I pointed out or referred to this place as being a secluded place is because Brigadier GININDA pointed to the other side where the police station is and said that's where it happened. So I refer to this place because for someone who is up there and there are vehicles parked there, that person won't be able to see what is happening here.
Whether it is secluded or obscure. Oh yeah, that's
okay. Lama kama ukuthi ke indawo eseceleni noma ke indawo esithekile.
In other words, when I put your version to the state witnesses, I use these words interchangeably. Some sport I would say it looked like a secluded area or an obscure spot. Do you understand?
Uma bengikusho ke lokho kofakazi ke bengibombuso bengisebenzisa lamagama ke amabili ngithi indawo eseceleni noma ke indawo nje esithekile.
Yona indawo esithekile phela ngoba umuntu ole akaboni makuma imoto la ngakusithekile phela isikhathi leso maye ngibeke ngaphi imoto zingaphi umuntu ondlula lapha wayengaboni ngoba la kwangahambi imoto la kwangekho lutho.
It is indeed an obscured place because for someone who is walking up there and there are vehicles parked here, that person won't be able to see anything happening here, and there were no people that were moving here. It was only vehicles here.
I think. Are you? Is there anything that you wish to add to this case?
Ukhona okunye
just gone through here.
Kuloko sekwenzekile ke sesikwenzile lana kukhona okunye ofisa ukuthi ukusho.
Ngicabanga ukuthi kukhona la nje amandla masayethi asaphethe court.
No, I don't think there is. If we were to add, maybe we can add that in court.
Are you satisfied with what transpires?
Wenemeke iloko kwenzekile la.
Ngendlela luma ukuthi size sazobona la engashayelwa khona. Right.
Yes, I am now fine. For us to have come here at the very same spot where I was assaulted, I'm okay. Who was assaulting you?
Wayekhona nomhula namaphoyisa ama traffic copper.
Mhula was there, traffic officers.
Namaloko no Maphumulo.
The likes of Maphumulo.
No Subat Swashon. No Namane Babekhona.
The one that is now late, Namane, and the others that I cannot remember.
No, thanks. That will be all from our side. When I say from our side, I mean Mr. Sibiya'S side.
Mina ke naye umntwana Sibiya ngizothi ke uphelele lapho.
All right, accused number one was Sibiya, indicating that the police officers who had been present on the day that he was assaulted, police officers Mhola, Maphumulo, Namane, saying they were part. Let's just quickly listen in again.
That is now a clarification point from the court. The court says approximately how many people were involved. Let's start with the date of the 30th. How many guys or police who assaulted you or were involved in the alleged assault on the 30th?
Asiqale ke ngazo i-30 inkantolo ifuna ke ukuthi icace ke lokho ukuthi babe kangaki siqale ngazo i-30 babe bangaki ababe ingxenye yokushaywa kwakho. ngey'peti zikameya.
Amaphoyisa oke ayekhona nje ayengishaya ngoba ngeke ngize ngithi ubani wayengishaya ngoba ngangivaleke la ngangizwa nje ngenduku. So ngikwazi ukuthi ngathi ubani wayengishaya ubani wayengangishaya ubani kodwa nje amaphoyisa oke ayekhona ngangizwa ngenduku.
All the police officers that were present were assaulting me. I cannot be specific and say so and so was assaulting, so and so was not assaulting, but because my face was covered, so all the police were participating in the assault.
Yeah, no, that we understand this, but the question is if you can put a number on the police who were here. Maybe there were 2, there were 3, there were 4, and we're not saying that you must give us an exact number. It's just an estimation.
Noma
if you're still able to recall.
Noma kungaba nje ukuqagela ungasinikezi nje uthi cha babethu uma noma ungaqagela nje uthi babe bangaki ababe khona ngalelo langa lelo.
Nazo -14.
That's -14.
Amaphoyisa,
police officers.
Namalo bonke nje bebonke laba begqoke private abegqoke uniform bangibahlanganisa bonke.
All inclusive, if I include all of them, those that were wearing uniform and those that were in civilian clothing.
That will also include the metropolis from everywhere.
Nalabo basekululena ama-metro.
Bahlanganisa bonke.
I'm including all of them.
Yeah, that is now on the 5th. I mean on the 30th.
Sikhuluma ngey'peti again.
And then on the 5th
Gay 5
of June,
2020.
The same exercise.
No, nge-5 babethe ukwehla noma ngasakhumbuli nani labo bayanga kodwa babenge baningi njengaleli langa leli babe kwakuzidedi ngabo.
On the 5th, the number had gone down. Although I cannot be specific and say how many of them were there, but the number was not the same as on the 30th. The number was less.
Mhlawumbe 10 plus or minus.
Maybe 10 plus or minus.
Thank you, folks. That's it.
All right, Advocate Chancellor Leslie representing accused number 1, indicating that the process of the in loco inspection, it seems we'll be moving towards the police station. I think the lead investigator, Brigadier Bongani GININDA.
How many meters is it to the police station? We can drive them. Yeah, but it's quite a distance. You have to go out. No. You have to drive out of this block, turn right, and then pass the court, and then drive into the police station. That's exactly what we're doing. No. It's the next block. I think it's in the same block. It is in the yard. So when this block ends, it's the court, and then it's the police station. But it's a standalone building. Yeah, Judge, we suggested. Yeah, fine. Okay. Thank you.
Family, this is Zebra Family Channel, and I'm back again. Today it was inspection in Loco. So what happened in the inspection in Loco, what I realized is Sibiya'S displayed how he was tortured by those police, and there were a lot of police that were there, as Sibiya'S explained, as everything happened. And in that side, you could see that the people who were passing by could not see what was happening. It means Sibiya'S version was correct, that that place is where whereby GININDA was trying to dispute that in court. That's why they end up with the advocate Baloyi bringing those internet satellite pictures to show that place, because they didn't want the judge to see the place and the lawyers, which means the advocates of the court, meaning for the defense. So it has come clear now. The picture is very clear. The distance between the police station, whereby GININDA was busy emphasizing about the police station, that is where he met, excuse me, whereby Brigadier GININDA was busy emphasizing that he met accused number 3, which is Mr. Sibiya'S, at the police station. The police station is an open area. It would be very hard for somebody to assault you there because it was an open area. But the place where Sibiya'S took the court to go and see, it was clear to each and everyone. That place is a place whereby you can hide all the dirty work that the police were doing to Sibiya'S. It is now clear that GININDA was misleading the court by whatever he said in the court about what the assault and everything, and he continues to deny. And he took, again, I will bring another video where he took the police, he took the judge to the Loco in front of the police station where it was clear and you could see the court at a distance But the version of GININDA was crushed by the version of Sibiya. It means Sibiya, what he's been telling the court all along, it's been right. We can go back to the AVL and everything. And the fact that Advocate Mnisi is still requesting the court to make sure that the AVL records are brought to court, that will prove the version of the accused that are there in court, that all these people who are being put in front of the court seem to be nothing tangible that GININDA can hold on and say these people were the people who deleted Senzomiya's life. It has come clear now. This is like breaking news when you look at what happened there. And the way GININDA was carrying a gun and everything just to show that these people are so dangerous. They're painting a wrong picture. That everybody can see that, oh, these people are the people who deleted Senzomiya's life. So with the heavy armed police who were present there, including GININDA, what was the need of, because GININDA is part of the court witness, which is the state witness. What was the reason for GININDA hiding his face, carrying a gun, showing that, because there is a picture that they are trying to paint, but they are failing to paint it in a way that everybody can. We can see that this picture that is being painted about this accused, it's not who they are. They might have done something else wrong, but compared to this case, it seems to be slipping away from the hands of the state. What do you think, Femedi? Please drop your comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We thank you, Sibiya, and thank you to Mnisi for being Mnisi, because when Mnisi emphasizes something, he means it, and he doesn't go about and say, no, okay, now I'm trying to shift away from whatever I want. He is fighting for his client, and I would love to have a lawyer like Mnisi, because I understand when he stands in court, he knows what he stands for. It doesn't matter how much. It's not all about money. It's about facts to him, that the facts must be displayed honestly in court of law. Bravo, bravo, bravo.